So Nayo is a fashion designer and owner of 2 labels, Made by Nayo and Verbeel by Nayo. Her brands are proudly South African, with every stitch and hem made here in Cape Town, South Africa. Her businesses are devoted to creating exceptional and authentic designs for women for every occasion, to stand out, to feel powerful, while looking one of a kind. Made by Nayo Couture House specialises in original designs, made-to-order garments, and Luxe Ready to wear pieces, along with accessories for women. Welcome, Nayo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for granting me this interview. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, cool. So let's get right into it. So I just want you guys to know that the outfit I'm wearing today is by Nayo, CJ by Nayo. I hope I get a full pic of everything, of the entire outfit. I really, really love this outfit.
I love it on you as well.
Thank you so much.
You're rocking it well.
Thank you. I love it. Okay, so why did you decide to choose fashion as a career?
It's simply what I love. It's what I've loved from a very young age, and my friends saw that and they were so supportive. You know, they were like, you know what, just go do something that you really love. I'm a very stubborn person, so when I kind of want things the way I want it, I pursue it like that. So I've always loved fashion, and I wasn't gonna have it any other way.
Really?
I wasn't gonna have it any other way.
Wow.
It's that I make it a profession or nothing else. I wasn't gonna have it any other way.
So tell me, what's your favorite part of being a fashion designer?
Honestly, it's just the whole creating process for me, from thinking about something, you know, in your mind, from getting inspired, from sketching the whole design to seeing it an actual garment from it. It's just it's an incredible feeling.
So what's that process like, and how do you get into the zone? Where do you draw your inspiration from when you're sketching and making garments?
I'm very much inspired in my environment. Things I'm around play a really draw on what I produce. Like right now, I just moved to my new apartment and I have this really nice view, and it's really where you find me in the old apartment. And looking at it for so long has brought in so many designs that a lot of people are gonna see, and I'm gonna talk about it a bit more on my Instagram. But I'm very much inspired by my place right now, and also thinking about where I'm trying to be in future. It's such a source of inspiration for me when I'm trying to design. The women I'm trying to design for is also such a huge inspiration for me. I am very well driven by women. You know,
Congratulations on your new apartment, by the way. That's a really big thing.
Thank you.
So what does fashion mean to you, and what do you think the necessary skills are to become a fashion designer?
I honestly think the most necessary skill is to know how to execute and know how to pair things together. You know, becoming a designer, it just means it's very different from being a seamstress or a tailor. It just means you have an eye knowledge of fabrics, of design concepts. It means that you are a storyteller in a way. You know, your art. It's your art. You know, because fashion is art. You know what I mean? It is art. So you need to know how to execute whatever you have in your mind properly.
That's great.
And how to put design elements together. Definitely.
Design elements and how to execute your ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I know you attended FIDISA here in Cape Town.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, actually going to school to get like formal bachelor's in fashion design?
Yeah.
Right? What was that experience like, and do you recommend that like aspiring fashion designers get a formal qualification?
This is such a huge topic, hey? This is
like
the main question. Like,
did you need
design? Do you need the education?
And why did you choose to?
Honestly, I personally feel if you want to be anything, no matter how it might seem like you don't need education, you do need education, because it has built me up to become who I am right now. It literally tested me. It's just like I was just like a sword in the eat, you know, when you're making the sword and everything. So it kind of built me up to be who I am. It made me really strong. I needed the whole experience, apart from the education, to really become and feel what it's like to become a designer and kind of have also have a feel of the industry,
Okay.
you know, and the pressure.
Okay.
Because it kind of introduces you to that. So that's what the school does, introduce you to how like the industry is, and it just gives you a better understanding.
So it was a valuable experience.
It was a valuable experience for me, and every task we were giving unlocked each that different levels of creativity in me. It was a great experience for me.
So how do you stay up to date regarding fashion? Because when I was on your website, like this is one thing about fashion designers that I really find interesting is they make a few samples of something, and then like it's done. And how do you like stay up to date with current fashion trends? Do you?
I don't.
No,
I don't.
So you just create and make what you feel?
I just create. I just create and make what I feel. I find a storyline that inspires me, or like something that inspires me, and I create an entire design about it. So it's just like making a collection of albums. You know, like having your own album as an artist. You know, it's also with fashion collections. You know, you're having like an album, you're having different collections, different vibe with your clothing. So that's just how it is. We just keep it moving because we are always inspired as designers. We're creative. We're always inspired. Even like a trip here, I could just go home, my sketch pad, and just pop up something.
So okay, on that note, what was the inspiration behind this sweat piece and the whole Kaya collection?
The whole Kaya collection. Okay, Kaya to me, I really wanted to give people something comfortable and also still very fashion. You know, something that you can wear in and out. You know, it was lockdown. You know, I was just thinking like, what can I give to the girls? Like, what can I give to the MBN? What would the MBN girl want right now? You know, I think about the MBN girl, and I know the MBN girl. You know, she still wants to keep it cute, whether it's for the gram or it's for herself. You know, she still wants to, still look fashion. You know, and these are very versatile pieces where you can pair with any other pieces of clothing in your wardrobe. So I was basically much inspired by, the MBN girl.
Define the MBN girl. What is she like? Someone is buying made by Nayo. What does she look like? What is her vibe? What is her style? What does it feel?
Okay.
She's dope.
She's hella dope. That MBN girl, she's someone who appreciates fashion. She appreciates clothing. She understands that it's a art. She loves to express herself in clothing. Always stylish. You never ever catch her,
slipping.
Catch her slipping.
Okay.
She never ever sees clothing as just a functional item. She's always trying to spice things up. She's also very adventurous. She's very adventurous. She loves to play dress up as well. She loves to play dress up, and she's that.
I love what she said about not seeing clothes as just a functional, because that's what it is for me as well. There are people who see that I just need to wear clothes to cover myself.
And another that I know, like I've had people come to me and be like, Nayo, who wears the clothes you design? Because I have custom MBN and I have my retail side. My retail side is a bit on the low, but when you come to custom MBN, you see a lot of really high-end fashion designs. And I had someone come up to me and I was like, who wears all this stuff? Like, do you even like suffer more? So I'm like, there are people who want to be out there. There are people who just see clothing as functional items. They don't see nothing as that. Whereas there are people who don't. Like, to me, like, dressing up is who I am. It makes me feel better about myself. I don't like to look the same every day. I'm always thinking about how to really just express this beauty in the best way and feel like perfect, like every day, almost perfect.
Do you think that comes from being a Nigerian? That because I know that Nigerians take dressing really seriously.
Oh yeah.
And we are extremely fabulous. I mean, like growing up, we always look good. Yeah. No matter what.
Yeah, and even our parents will always pull up. They always pull up like every Sunday with brand new attires. And we're like, okay, they're always dripping on a Sunday.
My mom always looks good, no matter what is going on. She takes pride in. So do you think that has a lot to do with being Nigerian, culture, how we see clothing? Because Nigerian people don't see clothing as, like you said earlier, a functional piece of item just to cover yourself. it's true, and they take it
Yeah.
very
Yeah, they
seriously.
don't care if they can't move in the clothing. It's fun that they're different. That's all that matters.
Even if it doesn't have to be like, I think also that the culture that I'm here is a little bit like you have to be doing something and going somewhere for you to look nice. Which I wasn't raised like that. I was raised
look nice. For the fact you're stepping out of that
you're going
house,
out,
put on proper shoes.
you need to be presentable. Yeah.
Because you're representing the family.
You're representing the family now, so yeah. I think that definitely
I think 100% being
is a Nigerian thing. Yeah.
Oh my god.
So your mom taught you how to design and sew.
Yes.
How does she feel, about your success now? The fact that you own your own business, you own like a whole entire company. You're also super young. Like I really like what you're doing. So the fact that your mom taught you how to so how does she feel about your success today?
She's extremely proud. She's so proud. She takes pride in who I am so much. She talks about me a lot. And whenever I show her everything I put out, she always says a prayer for me. And to me, I think that's just the best feeling in the world. I live to impress her, because she started this whole dream of mine, and I'm gonna take it to like a level she's not even thought of. I really want to take them on a ride. Really, I want to take them on a ride. Fashion shows in Paris. Let them know that fashion can build this whole world for you
if you let it.
If you let it, and if you keep on pushing.
That is great. That's amazing. I'm really happy, and I'm proud of you as well.
Thank you.
So who would you like to dress or work with in the future?
Okay. I don't necessarily have a person I'm looking forward to dress.
Okay.
Say I love just making that not like an average woman. I love dressing the Indian girl. Like if you connect with my brand, you know who I want to work with, you who I want to dress, every day. Okay. But as for who I want to work with, I am manifesting sometime in life a collaboration with Oliver Steam.
Okay.
He's the creative director of Bahon.
Wow.
And I see a lot of my creativity aligned with what he's doing. So I think it's definitely a collaboration I feel would birth
and
so much greatness. Hey, I'm gonna put out in the world. I'm gonna look back at this interview and be like,
she said it first.
I said it first year in public.
Well, that is great. Okay, so you have two brands, right?
Yes.
Made by Nayo and Verbeel by Nayo. I discovered you first via your brand Verbeel by Nayo.
Yeah.
So what made you make the decision to create the distinction between those two brands?
As a designer, I have different sides. I have different sides of me, and I put those different sides of me into brands. I did start Verbeel first officially as a proper brand, but Made by Nayo has been in existence for a while. So basically, when I make custom garments, originally my designs, I just put them on the page, like Made by Nayo page, and I just get my clients from there. Then I decided to, bring in Verbeel because when it comes to design, I love futuristic designs. And
that is what I got from looking at some of the items and the pieces. It's
very futuristic, very fashion forward, and very technology. And
so like 2040 vibes.
Like 2040 vibes, 100%. So I just put different personalities into my brand.
Okay.
While Made by Nayo is more high fashion, luxurious. It's very glamour, very like pretty girl, edgy woman, boss babe, glamour, grand,
So how do you handle the stress and pressure of running your own business? I know, like I said before, a lot of her stuff is handmade. Everything's handmade?
Yeah, everything's handmade.
It's not easy to be an entrepreneur, especially in this fashion game.
Yeah, it's not.
But like I said, I'm proud of you, and what you're doing so far has been really amazing. So how do you handle the stress and pressure of running your own business?
First of all, you need like insane passion for it.
Okay.
Or else you will quit quite easily. But how I handle it is just understanding that you need to understand time management. You need to have your in order. You need to have your shit in order. You also need to understand where you want to put your energy in. Because as much as I'm also being an entrepreneur, I have my personal life, I also have a lot of things going on. So I gotta prioritize well. You know, and that is basically how I handle it. I've gotten to a very impressive level of tolerance, resilience, patience, and understanding what comes first in whatever I do. You know, whenever I'm faced with a situation, I just go to my scale of preference or like my, you know, all of that. So I figure, okay, what should I give attention to first? Yeah. And then that kind of opens up part of myself, and I'm like so stressed.
So tell me, where do you see your fashion house, your company, your line, your name, Nayo?
Yeah.
Where do you see all of that going in the next 10 years?
You know, I see my brand having a huge fashion house. I don't know where yet, but I see my brand having a huge fashion house where I have my clients really flying in for custom MBN, and where production for my retail side is being held as well, and where like in-house production, just a really huge fashion house. I also hope to have started my entrepreneurial school, just to also get back and my own runway show. 100% my own runway show. As much as I am trying to get for myself, I really want to give back to young designers. I understand how hard it is to get appreciated for your art, and also connect with people who, you know, who are in the same creative field as you. So I really want to give back. 100%, definitely where I see myself in 10 years. I'm ready to do that.
But I'm so sure that you're going to get there with the pace that you've been grinding at. You've been grinding so hard at this pace. Keep pushing, and you're going to definitely get there.
Thank you so
and
much.
Finally, what advice do you have to upcoming fashion designers, people who, this is their dream as well, they have the same vision, they want to do this. What advice do you give to anyone who's struggling to execute their dream as a fashion designer?
Never stop trying. That's the one thing. Never stop trying. Never stop doing it to learn, to succeed, to fail. Never stop trying, because you're gonna take a lot of hits, but one thing can be that thing that really sparks it up for you
and sends you up.
You know, and stay authentic. Stay authentic. Like, you're not for everybody. You know, find your own market, your own audience. I think people get lost in the hype a lot. People get lost in the fact that they're not getting as much attention, and forget the fact that you are unique. You have people that will like you and people who won't. So just stick to yourself till you connect with that audience of yours. You know,
that's really cool. So I'm gonna end it there. Thank you so much
You're
again
welcome.
for doing
You're
this. I
welcome.
really appreciate it.
I love it.
So yeah, guys, thank you. I really hope you enjoyed that. I will see you in my next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.